What is crack-a-lackin', y'all? It's Game Walkthroughs 22. Back with another World Nintendo review. We're having a look at the Wave 2 4-inch Luigi figure. Before we take a look at the figure itself, let's have a quick look at the packaging. Here it is. So there is Luigi in the window. Packaging showcases the figure, and then has the character's name, and of course they come with a mystery accessory, and Series 1-2, and then on the back it just showcases some of the articulation that the figure has, and he is a 4-inch action figure with I believe a 4-inch action figure with 11 points of articulation. And then it just shows all the other figures in that wave. So let's take a look at Luigi, my main man. So Luigi, he looks very good. The sculpt is spot on to the newer games. Got the nice eyes and the big nose and the black mustache that curls up. And then there's his mouth is like sculpted. There's like red inside of it, and then there's like a white like stripe for his teeth. And the brown hair and his ears and his green cap with the L's. And I was gonna say sculpted in, but I think it looks like it's more painted on. And then his blue overalls and the yellow buttons, and his like gloves are in fists just like Mario's. And then his brown boots. And then here's a back shot of him. So he looks very good. And then now for articulation, his articulation, like the other 4-inch figures, is pretty amazing. So his head does rotate 360 degrees. His arms go 360 degrees all around. And then he does have ball joints in his arms, so they can go out to the sides a little bit. Well, this one can go out to the side all the way. This one, okay, yeah, they both go out all the way to the side. His elbows bend, his wrists twist, his legs move, and they're also on ball joints, so they can kind of move out to the side, and then his knees bend. So he's got some really nice articulation, very highly posable action figure. And for his mystery accessory, Mario came with a mushroom, so it was appropriate that they packaged Luigi with a 1-up mushroom. And the 1-up mushroom looks pretty good for the most part. The only thing I don't like is I don't like how the bottom Mario's was like more like a skin color. This one is more of like a tan. I don't know, it looks kind of weird, but the top, it's painted green, it's got white spots, and then the eyes, it's sculpted pretty good. The other thing that kind of bugs me is that the hat is like kind of like it's I think it's supposed to be more like toward like the top of his head, but instead it's like slanted, so I don't know. It's just, I think the hat portion should have been up a little more, but it's like kind of like more like on the back of his head, so it's kind of it's not a big deal, but I think it just looks kind of weird. And now if we do a quick comparison to the SH Figure Arts Luigi, which I have right here, you're going to notice that the figures are very similar. They have a very similar sculpt and very similar articulation. Well, I mean, the SH Figure Arts Luigi is higher quality and has more, I say they have probably about the same amount of articulation. No, actually, the SH Figure Arts Luigi does have more articulation and has a better sculpt, and it's I'd say it's better than the Jakk specific Luigi. But then again, this is the difference between a $35 action figure and an $8 action figure. So, I mean, it just depends. I mean, whichever one you want. I mean, if you want one that has higher quality, loads of articulation, and you can get much better poses and a much better display on your shelf, then the SH Figure Arts Luigi is for you. But otherwise, if you just want, if you don't want to spend that much money and you don't really care like how much articulation the figure has, or you just want a decent Luigi figure, then get the Jakk's Luigi. So overall, I highly recommend both of these figures. Again, whichever one you want, it doesn't matter. I mean, they're both pretty good, even though they do have their differences, but they're both really solid Luigi action figures. So that's it for this review. Next time, we'll be having a look at the 4-inch Diddy Kong. See you guys then.